Chrisean Rock and Blueface have decided to go their separate ways for the time being. While breakups are often messy, emotionally draining, and sometimes come with their fair share of drama, especially when played out in the public eye, this one seemed to signal the end of a particularly tumultuous chapter for both individuals. Fortunately for the baddie star, it didn't take her long to find someone new, someone who appears to be capturing her heart in a much gentler, more genuine way. Fans of Chrisean have watched her grow and evolve over time, weathering the storms of her past with a resilience that's earned her both admiration and criticism. Now, after years of being in the spotlight for a relationship that constantly swung back and forth between passionate and problematic, she's showing the world a different side, one filled with fresh potential. A recent clip posted to social media offered a glimpse into her new romance. A friend of Chrisean shared a video featuring a group of people riding in a car, clearly enjoying each other's company. But the true highlight came when the camera captured Chrisean sitting in the back seat next to none other than NCAA basketball player Tytan. The two were kissing, and their affectionate moment quickly caught the attention of fans and followers online. That one clip alone sparked a wave of speculation. Was this a one-time thing? Could this be the start of a real relationship? Or was it just a rebound from the emotional roller coaster that was her time with Blueface? Many believed it was more than just a casual fling. Not only did the video show them kissing, but Chrisean looked genuinely happy, glowing even. There was an easiness in her body language, a kind of joy that hadn't been associated with her love life in a while. Fans who followed her journey were quick to point out how different this moment felt from the stormy dynamic she once shared with the Tytan rapper. Another clip made its way online shortly after, this time showing Chrisean and Newton hugging. A voice behind the camera, possibly another friend or onlooker, can be heard saying, "I got your boo in the video." Comment, playful and full of excitement, suggested that those closest to her were not only aware of the budding romance but also rooting for it. For a woman who has spent a significant portion of her public life being scrutinized, doubted, and even mocked, the support and love from her circle, and from fans on social media, seemed like a breath of fresh air. It looks like Chrisean isn't shying away from flaunting her latest romance online either. She took to her own social media account to share yet another intimate moment with Newton, this time locking lips once again in a way that left no doubt about how she felt. It was tender, passionate, and above all, intentional. She wasn't hiding. She wasn't downplaying. She was putting it all out there, not to stir drama, not to spark jealousy, but simply because she wanted to. Reactions on Instagram were immediate and, as always, mixed. Social media never comes with a single opinion. Some people criticized her for moving on too quickly, while others questioned whether this new romance was any different from her past. But a large majority expressed happiness, true, heartfelt joy, at seeing Chrisean love herself enough to walk away from a toxic situation and open her heart to something new. After all, for months if not years, the public had witnessed her and Blueface go through a dizzying cycle of love, fights, makeups, breakups, and everything in between. The Blueface and Chrisean saga had become well known, not just for its intensity but for its dysfunction. Their relationship was riddled with public spats, leaked DMs, fights caught on camera, and constant speculation about what was going on behind the scenes. There were moments of real connection, sure. They shared a kind of chemistry that couldn't be denied, but that connection too often seemed to be laced with toxicity. Their public ups and downs became entertainment for some and a cautionary tale for others. There were times when they seemed inseparable, when Chrisean would defend Blueface despite their issues, ride for him through the chaos, and stand by his side in the face of scandal after scandal. But those moments always came at a price. The emotional toll, the physical altercations, the verbal jabs, everything began to pile up in ways that clearly weighed on Chrisean's spirit. Fans who once cheered for their love started begging her to leave, pleading with her in comments to recognize her worth and walk away. And she eventually did. The final straw, as she confirmed during a heated online exchange with Blueface's other baby mother, Jaden Alexis, came down to trust. On X, formerly Twitter, Chrisean laid it all out. "He's not the prize if it's community penis," she told Jaden, in a moment that was both raw and brutally honest. She went on to say, "I don't trust him." I've decided to disassociate, to leave that man alone and focus on my career and the purpose Jesus called me for in the first place. I took a risk, and that risk ran its course. Her statement was more than a breakup announcement, it was a declaration of self-worth. She wasn't just cutting ties with Blueface, she was reclaiming herself. That kind of clarity doesn't come easy, especially not when a relationship is tied up in fame, public scrutiny, and years of emotional investment. But Chrisean made it clear she was ready to move on. She wasn't bitter. She wasn't playing the victim. She was simply choosing herself, her growth, her peace. And then came Tytan Newton. A rising star in the NCAA, Newton is known for his talent on the court, but now he's also gaining attention for his apparent romance with one of social media's most talked about personalities. Their chemistry is undeniable, but what's most striking is how different this connection feels. It's not chaotic. It's not full of tension or performative drama. It's soft, quietly passionate, comforting. There's a calmness between them that stands in stark contrast to what Chrisean experienced before. Chrisean hasn't shared much about how she and Tytan met or how long they've been seeing each other, but her actions speak volumes. The way she looks at him, the way she laughs around him, the way she's so open with their affection, it's all new territory for someone who's had to be so guarded in the past. It feels like she's letting herself be vulnerable again, but this time without the pain. This time it looks like she feels safe. Social media is watching closely, of course. Everyone has something to say. Some users are skeptical, calling it a rebound or questioning whether Newton is ready for the kind of spotlight Chrisean brings with her. But others, especially women who've watched Chrisean's evolution, are cheering her on. They see the glow. They see the confidence. They see a young woman learning how to love again, not just romantically but within herself. This new version of Chrisean isn't just about a new man. It's about a new mindset. She's been open about turning her attention toward her career and her faith, two things she says she put on the back burner for love. Now she's pouring into herself. She's working on music, getting booked for more appearances, and becoming more selective with how she shows up online. She's choosing peace over performance, stability over spectacle. At the same time, she's not hiding her joy. If she wants to post a video kissing her new man, she will. If she wants to go live from a car with him, she'll do it. It's not about clout, it's about authenticity. It's about sharing happiness without apology. That kind of transparency is rare, especially for someone who's been so heavily scrutinized by both fans and haters alike. But Chrisean has never been the type to shrink herself. She lives loudly. She loves loudly. And now she's healing loudly too. Well guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.